Job was a good man. He was blessed. His life was full of family and wealth. Job had many flocks, servants, and a loving family. He was a righteous man who feared God. He followed God's laws and lived a life of integrity. But Satan questioned Job's devotion. He suggested that Job was only righteous because of his blessings. Satan challenged God, claiming Job would turn away if he lost everything. God allowed Satan to test Job. He placed limits on Satan's power, however. Job's life would be spared. Job faced unimaginable loss. His wealth vanished, his livestock perished, his servants were killed. Tragedy struck his family, taking the lives of his children. Job was left with nothing but grief and despair. Job was devastated. His pain was immense. His body became covered in painful sores. He suffered physically and emotionally. Yet Job did not curse God. He refused to turn away from his faith. His wife urged him to curse God and die. She saw no reason for his suffering. She believed it would be better to end his pain, but Job refused to listen. He knew that cursing God would solve nothing. Job questioned his fate. He cried out in anguish. He wondered why all this had befallen him. His pain was real. His questions were heartfelt. But even in his suffering, he held on to his faith. Job's story is a reminder that suffering is a part of life. It can come in many forms. It can be sudden and unexpected. But even in the darkest times, we can find strength in our faith. 3 friends came to comfort Job. They were Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. They were shocked by his suffering. They sat with him in silence for 7 days. Then they began to offer their explanations for his suffering. They believed that Job must have sinned to deserve such punishment. They urged him to repent and seek God's forgiveness. Job defended his innocence. He insisted he had done nothing wrong. He argued that his suffering was unjust. The debate raged on. Job's friends continued to accuse him. Job grew increasingly frustrated. Their words brought him little comfort. They could not understand his pain. They could not see the truth. Job felt alone in his suffering. Finally, God spoke to Job. He challenged Job's understanding. He questioned Job's perspective on creation and suffering. He reminded Job of his power and wisdom. Job listened to God's words. He realized the limitations of his understanding. He acknowledged God's sovereignty. Job humbled himself before God. He repented for questioning God's ways. God rebuked Job's friends. He commended Job for his faithfulness. God restored Job's fortunes twofold. He blessed Job with more children and wealth than he had before. Job's story offers a powerful message of hope. It reminds us that even in the face of unimaginable suffering, faith can endure. It highlights the importance of trusting in God's plan even when we don't understand it. Job's journey is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It is a reminder that suffering can lead to growth, understanding, and ultimately redemption.